Okay, hello everyone, it's Brussels back. We have not been overwhelmed by your enthusiasm to ask questions of our speakers who presented so well and obviously satisfied all of your doubts and queries and concerns about e-invoicing, and I'd like to thank them once again on behalf of the CEF e-invoicing team for their excellent presentation and their excellent success. And I think each one spoke very clearly and provided a very good overview of their own successful implementation. So thank you very much for that. Unless there are questions, and we'll give you one more chance after I finish here, I just wanted to clarify that repeat the fact that there will be an event happening in Brussels, and then an event similar to the one that we had in May on CEF e-invoicing, where we provide an update on the status of the policy implementation. The Commission will provide an update on the status of transposition to Member States. There will be information from the Centre for European Normalisation, the CEN, on standardization organisation on the standard. There'll be an opportunity to meet people similar to Cornelius and Lynn and Klaus, who have continued with their implementations in the context of the directive. So it's a very good opportunity, I think, 4 months out from the deadline for complying with the norm, to meet your peers and people who are working in the industry to deliver these solutions. So please do pay attention to that invitation when you receive it, and please spread it around as much as possible to the different members of your network, so that people are aware of the support that CEF is offering and of the opportunities this forum presents. So we have one question coming in from Daniele Cimiette from Italy. He says, apologies for my pronunciation, Daniele. He says, with regard to the core invoice user specifications, the CIAS, this is a question to the speakers, and we can ask them all in turn. What's your opinion about the benefits of the CIAS and the challenges that it offers? That's working on the assumption that you know what that is, which I hope you do. So I don't know whether Lynn, maybe Klaus, maybe we can start with you on that. So with regard to the CIAS, what's your opinion about the benefits and challenges?
Oh.
You thought you were getting away lightly, did you?
Yes, I thought so. I thought I could hide up here in Norway or something like that. No, I don't have, you could say I don't have any sharp opinions about that at the moment. It's not something we have really discussed that much. So I'm thinking quite a lot right now, and probably don't have a very good answer to that. I'm sorry. I'll need to have to look in a little bit more into this before I actually answer it.
Okay, no problem. I don't know whether Cornelius has a view on that, or Lynn, or anyone else, maybe on the, just to open it wider, whether anyone else of the participants has a view on the CIAS. Maybe you could flag it to Inez and Giorgio on the using the raise hand function.
Can I try? Cornelius here.
Hi, Cornelius. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely something I think a concern. I don't think it's the preferred situation would be that we have all the issues in the European norm, and that there was no such thing as a SIAS needed. But in the exercise that we did with the European norm, apparently it was possible to close all the gaps, and there was a methodology developed to have SIASes on a national level. And that's a fact now. So we can't ignore that, avoid that, or debate on if it's a good thing or it's not a good thing. It's a fact. We have this methodology to create SIASes. What we did in the Netherlands is we tried to avoid multiple SIASes in the Netherlands, and therefore we say, okay, let's take the initiative, create this one SIAS, call this the NL SIAS. And there was a need, because I think there was like 1 or 2% deviation from the EN in our SIAS. So there was something very specific for Dutch situation that we had to put in our SIAS. I think it's something we have to live with. As an advice, try to avoid the number of SIASes, so as less as possible. But it's a fact. We have to live with it. That's it.
Thank you, Cornelius. You're a paragon of pragmatism, and you put it very well. Thank you very much. I don't know whether whether Lynn has a view on that, or whether anyone else has a view. And I'd like to thank Daniele again for asking the question. I think it's an important point, and I think the feedback from Cornelius in particular, has sort of summed up the fact that we need to live with this and use it as an opportunity. Lynn, sorry, I think I cut into you.
No, I was just simply going to say I have no opinion at all. We've not really looked at this at all. I mean, it's from a UK perspective, I guess they'll be looking at it, and whatever we need to do, we'll do at a national level. But I do know that ELCOM have made sure that the standards and whatever needs to be implemented to be compliant with the new standards is there within our institution already.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. That's clear as well, so thank you for your response. All right, well, I don't think there are any other questions. I think people have had ample time, and in the interest of trying to stick to the timeline that we foresaw for this webinar, and lunch for many of you, I think we can close the call. I'd just like to thank you all for attending. Thank you all for making the time out to hear and listen and learn from the colleagues on this important topic. I'd also in particular like to thank Lynn, Klaus and Cornelius for sharing their very successful stories. We'll be able to share this online in the community pages. The material will be available online. We'll be able to listen back to this recording. Also, I'd like to thank my colleagues for organising this, Giorgio, Inez, and also Sophia for being here. And I'd like to encourage you all, if you have interesting things that are happening in your own countries, please do come to us. We don't want this to be a one-way communication. I think today's webinar is an example of how we work well together when we're listening and hearing back from the member states and the different implementations that are happening. So please don't be shy, and please also let us know and continue to engage with us now over the next crucial couple of months as we move towards the big milestone that we're all facing next year in April. So once again, thank you very much. Particular thanks to the speakers and to you also for taking the time out this morning. And hopefully see you in Brussels on the 4th of December for the webinar. It'll be a very interesting event. Also, we've got some very good beer, chocolate and waffles in Brussels, so I hope you can enjoy the delights of that before Christmas. You will receive a satisfaction survey for this webinar, and we look forward to you completing it. So thank you very much, and au revoir from Brussels.